Oh yeah. Happy Thursday, my friends. Back up.
Never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore.
Oof.
I love you, yes, I love you.
I am currently going through the news over here, looking at here. I'm just looking to see if there's any good news articles that we should talk about when this thing pops, you know? Voluntary recall of the marijuana. Yep. There's been a few. When going through here, an Army reservist owns a cannabis dispensary. It may end his career. That's the start. Oh, damn it, dude. Always with this thing. But we'll fix it. It'll hit the old print friendly. The dang thing. Doc, what's up, brother? Happy Thursday, my friend. Print friendly page is generating. Happy Thursday. How you been, man? You doing all right? Did you get your extraction stuff set up? Are you cooking? Army reservist owns a cannabis dispensary. It may end his career. Last summer. Bill Norgard, a major in the Army Reserve, was taken into custody at the military base where he was stationed in Germany and hauled in front of a unit that investigates soldiers. Holy crap, holy. Investigators asked him if he knew why he was in trouble as they ordered him to partly undress. They fingerprinted him, swabbed his cheeks for DNA, and briefly locked him in a holding cell. He was sent home to New York to await his fate. Whoa! The military later reprimanded him in writing for possessing and selling marijuana, which remains illegal under the federal law. Clearly, your actions fell below the standards of an Army officer. Major General Antoinette Gant, the commander of the Military District of Washington, said in a letter. We'll allow you... Oh, what's up, Ganja Toker, my guy? Yeah, we did. A little whole 3 ace. No, it's alright for you to kill people. But it's not alright for you to sell some cannabis, even if you're a licensed cannabis salesman. Kind of crazy as fuck. Saddening and frightening. Service to the country that has been part of my personality and who I am, what I believe for almost 20 years now. So to have my character questioned for something that is legal, licensed, heavily regulated business in the state of New York is beyond frustrating. Hell yeah. Yeah, Ganj. Nice little night, dude. I love me a good ace. Gets you feeling on that, like, riding that high for a little bit, you know? I've aced 3 enough times now to where, it's not that the luster's go. It's actually kind of nice because now I don't have to hit one for the rest of the year. It's already done. You know what I mean? I want to try and hit one just about every year. Um, but now I've got all kinds of time this year to let it happen a little bit harder. Oh, nice. Well, thanks for the invite, you big dick. This is crazy as hell. You know what? I do believe that it's unbelievably unreal that a person who has served 20 years as a tool for the government to wage war can be then stripped of his dignity and treated a criminal for his legal operations. This thing's getting out of control. We should figure this out a little better. Oh, teenage cannabis use linked to 52% higher schizophrenia risk. This could be, and I haven't read this. I don't know that I'm going to, but I do know that cannabis as a thing is not good for, well, it's arguable still, but I don't think it's good for schizophrenia patients. The adolescent vulnerability window, age 17 and under. 52% higher risk for schizophrenia compared to the youth with other substance use disorders. Okay. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, this is the big one you got to be worried about with all the other substances available out there. Such a dumb statement. Well, because the thing is, they prescribe most amphetamines and opiates and narcotics. So, you know, those are fine as long as a doctor says go for it. Or they stamp it in a machine and make your insurance pay an exuberant amount for it. But yeah, both of those are good. 30% higher risk for recurrent major depression. And 21% higher risk for anxiety disorder. The adult contrast, age 18 and older, 19% lower risk of subsequent schizophrenia compared to those with other substance use disorder. Overall, lower relative risk for psychosis, major depression, and suicide attempts. This right here is just wait till you're 18 then. I don't think anybody's against that unless you need it for, if you're using cannabis recreationally, 18 plus makes sense. 21 plus might even make sense if you're only doing it to get fucked up and feel good on the weekends. But if you're under the age of 18 and you have a medical condition that would be benefited by the use of cannabis, I see it as being something that could be massively beneficial. And it's because of my experiences with kids under the age of 18, but also with plenty of people over the age of 18 that leads me to believe that this is wild. This is a massive sample size. Researchers analyzed nearly 700,000 U.S. medical records. See, this is the big thing, is that Dudley Dawson, happy Thursday, brother. What's good? This is the one thing that kills me about this. We continually do research based off of records, and we're not doing research based off of direct experience. So yeah, thanks, brother. I greatly appreciate you. Acceleration theory. The lower risk in adults may be because cannabis accelerates the onset of mental illness in vulnerable youth, leading to earlier diagnosis and leaving a seemingly lower risk adult population. Yeah, self-medication hypothesis. Researchers also noted that the individuals innately predisposed to psychiatric disorders may be more likely to self-medicate with cannabis before their clinical symptoms even appear. Well, and that's the other thing too, where I said all use of cannabis may be medical use. People who are trying to alleviate the symptoms of their clinical symptoms. Um, yeah. Well, I just again, I wish that is cannabis worse for teens than other drugs like alcohol or opioids? According to this study, yes, in terms of psychiatric outcomes, while alcohol and opioids have devastating physical and social costs, cannabis use disorders specifically showed a much higher relative risk for triggering long-term mental health conditions in teenagers. It's this is the funniest statement I've ever seen in my life. There are, oh man, according to this study, it says here, um, and this is a study that who did it, what was the pretenses on why they did it, and if it's all just to tell the terrors of it. And I'd like to know who backed this study. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, let's see, where's it at? New research reveals a striking age-dependent link. Notice how they don't mention who the study's by. It's just, let me tell you this. Oh, source John Hopkins University. What is the source of what? Did John Hopkins do this? Oh, a new study led by John Hopkins. Ho ho ho! Wonder who John Hopkins is funded by. I'll find out. Who is John Hopkins funded by? A private research university in Baltimore founded. Okay. John Hopkins leads nation in research spending for the 44th consecutive year, spent a record 3.4 billion and 1.6 billion more than the next highest institution on the annual list for National Science Foundation. It's a private school. Who are they being funded by? Federal support. Who federally funded, and see, this is the whole thing, is like when we start to go down the rabbit hole.
So check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. Everybody saying that the scat man stutters, but doesn't ever stutter when he sings. But what you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now, that the stutter and the scat is the same thing. Yo, I'm the scat man. Where's the scat man?
Oh wow. Research at John Hopkins is also funded by income from licenses of past and present business enterprises. The university earned more than 32 million in licensed revenue in 2022, and followed by more than 44 million in 2023. Oh, and they first crossed a $2 billion spending threshold in the fiscal 2010. It remains the only university to have done so. Wow. In fiscal year 2022, APL spent 2.056 billion on R&D. Wow. Hey, but they're making 44 million. So don't worry, a bunch of it is coming from other people who it's in their best interest. You know, if we think about, well, what is America's top 5 exports? Eat. Nice. All right, cool. Okay, shuffle it up. All right. Let's see. Petroleum, crude oil, petroleum gases, civilian aircraft parts, and vehicles, automotive parts. Oof. Yep. You know what I mean? Here we go. Let's read it. Refined petroleum. So there you go. Crude oil, petroleum gases. Don't understand why there's a war going on out there right now. Couldn't figure that out. Civilian aircraft parts, you know, civilian or ones that take down the civilians' vehicles and automotive parts. That's cute. Or pharmaceuticals. There it is. Oh, let's see if we can get this to show us the list. There we go. 45 billion in pharmaceuticals. You see what's going on there in this scale here. I can tell you where a lot of things could be disrupted. Okay, oils and fuels. We can make oils and fuels from cannabis, right? Vehicles, we could also make those out of cannabis. Plastics, you can make those from cannabis. Pharmaceuticals can be cannabis. You know, shit. So in the scale of, and see, I don't see cannabis anywhere on this list. So would it be in the interest of saving the $45 billion industry to put out, you know, to give John Hopkins again, who John Hopkins gets most of their funding from the federal government. So I just think that, you know, the correlation ends up being pretty straightforward. Because if you give them $2 billion, right, and we're exporting 45 billion, so it's 43 billion that gets left behind. And this is just export. You know, let's see. Let's take another stab at this. What are the top 10 American industries? Health and medical insurance. Oof. Hospitals. Oof. All right. Drug, cosmetic, and toiletry wholesaling. Pharmaceutical manufacturing. Oh my goodness. You see how you can start to draw the correlation between, man, this doesn't look good. And all of us are very on the same page, I'm sure. A lot of us are advocates of cannabis for personal use. I am genuinely an advocate of cannabis as a alternative to pharmaceutical use, where, especially when we start to consider how many people are ultimately deteriorated every year because of pharmaceuticals and healthcare, right? Like the people who go in to be cared for end up getting not alive. You know what I mean? A little bit of bullshit, but anyway, yeah, good old John Hopkins. They're trying to tell you, what? I'll fix it next time. Yeah, I'm using an ad blocker. Nearly 1,000 pounds of marijuana seized in Shelby Township during investigation. Oh no. Oh, Shelby is... Oh man, Shelby is where one of the best disc golf courses is. Oh man. 1,000 pounds. Couple of... The hell is that? Oh, it's alcohol. Right? What is this down at the bottom? Everybody see this little picture? It's alcohol, right? And it looks like it. Maybe they're bongs? Or some? Dude. How funny is it? Like, they've got alcohol at the bottom of the weed and guns picture. Look at this little tiny pile of money. we used to fucking deposit this much cannabis into a little plastic bag to be picked up by some random person every day or two over at the dispensary I worked in. This is not a lot of money. It is for all of us who don't have a lot of money. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, look at all this cannabis. This is like one shelf at a cultivation center. And they've got vaults full of this shit. Tons of shelves. 20 shelves. So, you know, 1,000 pounds of black market marijuana. Uh-oh. The black market. It's here. Wait, now it's 964 pounds. Oh, 83 pounds of marijuana edibles. What was that? 20,300 marijuana vape cartridges. 90 pounds of ammunition? Who the fuck measures ammunition in weight? Oh, yeah, $27,000 in cash. Dude, these are mids right here. Somebody who's selling like, oh my god. If there's 900 plus, you could sell them for 100 pounds. You could sell them for $100 a piece, and you're not even close to this. No, you know what I mean? You sell them for $30 a piece, and you're not even close. Well, that's actually about accurate. Oh man. Second largest seizure of illegal drugs in the police agency's 72-year history. And they're so proud of themselves. Oh, we're the best. Bond was set at 100,000. That's so stupid. You're all right. You pay us the taxes, or don't pay us the taxes, because I don't know if you guys watched Two Dope Dudes episode recently. Me and Aaron were talking about it. One company owes the federal government $630 million in taxes. Another one, $500 million. Another one, $300 million. Another one, 150 plus. Like, just, there's so many people who owe hundreds of millions of dollars for taxes. Okay? We still allow them to operate. According to this whole situation here, an Army reservist who owns a cannabis dispensary, legally owns a cannabis dispensary. He is stripped of his job at the Army because it's against the federal guidelines to be a cannabis seller. But, yeah, it's just the staggering scale that goes on here. Will allow people to be $600 million in debt to the federal government, and then we will incarcerate somebody who has, even if you sold this at full-blown, the highest end of any market share, you're maybe $1 million worth of cannabis. Maybe, right? Because things nowadays, people are, $600, $900 a piece, depending on where the fuck you're at. Now, in Illinois, is it more than that? Yes. On the high end of things, are you maybe closer to $2 million worth of cost? Wholesale, granted, right? For cannabis possession here. But they owe 600 plus million. So, literally, 300 times as much as this. 3 million pounds worth. Oh, it's 300,000. I was crazy. 300 times as much, not 3,000. But you see what I'm saying? It just, this is like, oh, it's the biggest illegal drug bust. It's not illegal. We're allowing people to fucking sell this stuff by the bushel and the peck. Anyway. Sparse evidence. This is the World Health Organization, the NPR. Sparse evidence for cannabis to treat mental health condition highlights research gap. Along with chronic pain, mental health conditions are some of the top reasons people use marijuana for medical purposes. Well, see, the thing is, we're not treating medical conditions. We're treating medical symptoms. People who medicinally would benefit from symptom alleviation, including that of the psychology, because cannabis is a neurostimulant. It's something that it's also a neurosuppressant, depending on how you use it and what parts of the plant that you use. Uh, but a sweeping review of cannabis studies over the past 45 years concludes there was little to no high quality evidence showing this is effective. Also, sweepingly over the last 45 plus years, we see that John Hopkins is the leader of research, right? For 44 years, John Hopkins has been doing the research. It's so crazy that this just came up and we just were reading that other thing. For 45 years, there's been inconclusive evidence. For 44 years, miraculously, John Hopkins has been the fucking study group that has done all these miraculous study. John Voight, what's good, my brother? Happy Thursday. What a hero. If you guys have not been watching the Two Dope Dudes fucking reviews with John, oh my god, you're missing out on some of the funniest content on the internet right now. No joke. I'm not just saying it to get you to come view. Look, I promise you, that man, if you haven't seen it, go do it. But listen to the last episode of Two Dope Dudes. Fucking, you will be impressed. You can scroll past everything if you want to and just listen to John. I promise you there's plenty of good stuff to that point, but you need to be watching John. You need to be tuning in every week. Some of the best damn reviews I've ever seen. There we go. We should be open to integrating other types of data that aren't necessarily from placebo-controlled studies. Review highlights that cannabinoids are as a whole haven't been shown to be helpful for anxiety, but the picture changes when you look at specific compounds in the plant, such as cannabidiol or CBD. And this is my whole point of it too. When we continually push this THC-rich compound of cannabis, and we're not doing whole plant cannabis consumption like we used to, well, I think we're breaking it. I do genuinely. This has been my story lately, right? I think that a lot of people would benefit from the use of CBD. Instead of only allowing this to be your get fucked up, get intoxicated thing, which I don't think a lot of people want. I think people are looking for excess benefit from it. But because that get fucked up kind of fuck it all mentality is very prevalent in the use of this compound, I'm quite confident to say that we are fucking this up. We're not using cannabis the way cannabis has wanted to be used for our entire lives. And our lives are a little bit different because we are hitting that end of prohibition area, right? Where during prohibition, everybody was like, well, what the hell are they getting upset about? What is it that is making them make this thing illegal? Oh, it's THC? Well, then we'll just make the most of that, because that's clearly what the thing is that gets cannabis to be good. But it's not. And all of us may have different experiences with this, but the one thing that I have been heavily leaning into lately, even in my own thoughts, I used to enjoy consuming cannabis when I was a kid. The laughter aspect of it, the excess joy with the music. And I say when I'm a kid, fully aware that when I was a kid, we were getting brick weed. We were getting very mushed together, seedy, bad, non-cleaned up cannabis. And I say bad as we don't need seeds inside of our cannabis, right? We all understand that is a process that happens with the plant that kind of converts it from its resinous producing portion to its kind of it saps the energy from that and puts it into the production of the seed. So in that, we're losing nutrients to the plant value, and it's not that might even be a bad thing, right? It's because when I say not a bad thing, it's it was still grown more naturally. Yeah. So anyway, I won't, and I'm not a hater. Look, I don't care. I just genuinely believe that there might be a right way to consume cannabis as a medicine, right? And I promise you all, I care about all cannabis use because everybody deserves to use it, but I care far more heavily for medical cannabis use. And again, it's because of my experience. And I was fortunate enough to sit around enough people who genuinely benefited from the use of this thing. And it was genuinely benefited in very direct symptom alleviation. I literally promise you, when I used to distribute cannabis, when I was the bud tender, okay? This is specifically how I would bud tend a lot of times. Somebody would go, they would come in, I go, okay, hey, how are you? Good. This is all medical patients in the past, right? So doing this in a recreational setting doesn't make sense as much. But check this out. So I'd go, okay, what's your condition? Then I go, okay, fibromyalgia, and then watch this. I would just do this, symptoms. And because I know how to directly interact each cannabinoid with different symptoms, right? Because that's where the real math is at. I would look at this and go, morning stiffness, headaches, heightened sensitivity to light, noise, or temperature. Okay, so I go, okay, morning stiff, widespread pain, fatigue, sleep problems, cognitive dysfunction, stiffness, sensitivity issues, tingling and numbness, other common symptoms, headache, migraines, IBS, anxiety, depression, and painful menstrual periods. So I would just take a quick look at this while people are talking to me about their life, right? What's going on? How you feeling? Okay, how long have you had this thing? All the while, I'm looking at this going, oh, okay. So, and then I would literally ask, just like this, how you sleeping? It's one of the symptoms right there. How you sleeping? Oh, I don't sleep for shit. Okay, well, let's try to work on that. Let's get that portion right, because we all should respect that sleeping properly and getting the right amount of sleep and sleeping comfortably is one of the best regenerations and heals that we can do. Okay, so okay, and then I go, okay, what about fatigue? You got any energy, or are you kind of just blah all the time? Oh, I'm blah as fuck, man. I don't do shit. I sit around. I'm always hurting. Okay, well, in your fatigue, maybe we could try something that has a little bit more limonene, okay? Or maybe a little beta-caryophyllene as well, right? Something that reduces the stiffness or the pain that's going on because it's a natural anti-inflammatory, right? But also give them some limonene, get that energy production going on. So this is just basic walking through the maths. And the basics of it is literally, do you know the difference between the two most available cannabinoids, THC and CBD? And then do you know the difference between indica and sativa according to the ways that fucking things go? And are you good enough at your, because if you're a dispensary worker, are you good enough at your job to go find out a few things that have the heavy limonene, the heavy beta-caryophyllene, the heavy pinene, all of those things to really give you that one property, that uplifted energetic side? Versus also, do you know something that has a heavy linalool content? Do you know stuff that could be consumed for just direct CBD use? Because we're trying to help reduce all of the other stuff. Stiffness, right here. So, stiffness, you're either inflammation or spasticity. A lot of times, stiff, spastic, right? Like a little bit more. So you go, okay, let's do a little bit of CBD as well. And by the time that I've gone, okay, you're how are you sleeping? Do you have energy? Let's take care of the pain and the fucking stiffness, right? All together. And you might even get rid of some of that general brain fog. And you just throw this in as an added bonus. Because we're really working to get this sleep down right. And then we're really working after that to reduce some of this pain and the stiffness. Nobody wants that. Now, headaches, do you get headaches or not? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, I want you to understand that you can still use all the same products that you already have. But what you shouldn't do is use a lot of those products. Using abundant THC for a headache doesn't always necessarily fix it. And in fact, when y'all see me use my scale, I'm trying to nail this. This is your comfort right here, right? Just this is your comfort. Here's too much, here's not enough. So I'm just trying to get to this point and stay there. If you do this much, it's not enough. If you do this much, it's way too much. So how do we get here? And there's some things that are more generally benefited by being right on the fucking point. Headache's one of them. Neuropathy is another one of them, right? Spasticity and inflammation, those are things that we can throw abundance of something at, CBD, to reduce that inflammation or that spasticity. But we also can use a little bit of THC to get that immediate breakthrough situation to happen. So, in the matter of, what's good, Chi-Town? In the matter of 2 words of me looking up, something on Google, I would immediately be able to break down everything that these people were going through. And often, if you felt bold enough to try, and it's not bold enough because of anything, I just went through 5 fucking symptoms that we're trying to alleviate immediately. Then we can get into this other thing. Hey, do you got the pins and needles going on? Because there's a chance that maybe that's a little bit more neuropathy. Do you have the intestinal issues that happen? Because I know sometimes, especially when taking a bunch of opiates and things to kind of alleviate some of the widespread pain and whatever, you get a little bit more fucked up in the stomach. And you'd ask somebody that, and it was like you were a genius. A genius. I'm capable of reading. Y'all know you can reading it up. But this is how, if you're a bud tender and you're talking to somebody across from you who isn't, you're not aware of what they're asking for, it's okay to ask the initial questions of, what is it that you're using this for? If you are simply trying to use this to get as fucked up as possible, okay, why? Is it because you're trying to alleviate the symptoms of anxiety or depression? Or do you want the fuck it alls of what cannabis is capable of? Yes. Okay, then what is it of them things? What is it that what's your tolerance? Let's start. Oh, well, I've been consuming for 20 years. Okay, then let me tell you, I can give you some shit that's really good. It's going to cost you more money than you need to pay for this stuff, though. And I say really good in the idea that we operate in a market that doesn't have a lot of really good in it. It has a lot of really mediocre in it. And you understand, like, there is no differentiation from dispensary to dispensary. All dispensaries are the same, except for the only difference is who you run into at the dispensary. That is the only difference. Maybe one of them has a better sale than the other one. Maybe one of them is vertically integrated with a group that keeps a cheaper product, their products more cheaply on hand comparatively to some of the other ones. But we're in an inbred industry where literally there's only 10 fucking people who make cannabis around here. And maybe there's 20 of them now, 30 of them, who cares? But there's only 10 of them because there's 10 of them who white label another 3 to 4 different groups with them, and maybe 10 groups even by the time it's all said and done. But they're just a bunch of white labeled repetitive garbage. So if you don't know how to then, and this is why I think that the bud tenders matter way more than we all give them credit for. They know what's actually good. They know what has benefited them. They know what gets them high or gets them to the point of comfort, right? So ask them those questions. But a lot of people go into dispensaries still with false hope, I think. where it's like, oh, this is legal weed, so now it's got to be the best stuff ever made, and no matter what. And I can tell you, mine's 35%, so it's got to be better than yours. And the general public just doesn't understand the complexities of what is beneficial about this plant. And it is complex. It's a lot more than just cannabinoids, method of ingestion, cannabinoids, and terpenoids, which I think is the basics of what you need to understand. There's so much more nuance to that. Who cultivated it? How long has it been sitting on a shelf for? What batch is this? Is this the batch that they were growing all the mold in, that they needed to remediate, that they needed to pull the product for? There's so many different variables that could make it shit as well. Where it's like the fucking stock market sometimes, right? Somebody comes to market and then they kind of got a good product, so we put them up a little bit, and then they get mold on their gummies, so they drop back down, but then they create that new, and they hit plateaus, but then all of a sudden, bad growing habits fired your lead grower, everything is just going way downhill. And then they're like, oh, but our reputation. And then they sit on this flat line for a long time, which is below even almost their starting point, maybe, because everybody was hyped for the something new. Then they sit down here for a long time until one day things start to click again. And what clicks again, it ends up being the people. Now, I do believe within our lifetimes, we see the automation of a lot of it, which sucks, right? I genuinely believe that it would be in the interest of a group like a True Leaf or a Verano to make an automated system, right? They have hundreds of millions of dollars of owed back taxes just to begin with, but they have arguably billions of dollars of infrastructure sitting at their fingertips. It's in their interest to reduce as much cost as they possibly can. And if they can make a computer, because this is what happened. They bought a really good grower, and then they made him document everything, right? So put it in the spreadsheet. Tell me what time you started the lights at. Tell me what nutrients you used during each cycle. Tell me when you flipped and changed the light cycle. Tell me when you were watering. Give me every aspect of it and let me turn it into a data set. And once I have it as a data set, now especially, we can feed it through an algorithm, or we can feed it through a neural network. And if we feed that information through enough times, it can understand the nuances of what is good and what's bad. And if we have the outcome of all of the different things that we tried along the way, the different nutrient levels, the different watering cycles, the different light cycles, if we have all that data along the way and we know the outcome of it, okay, especially when we're using trivial markers like THC percentage or yield, okay, how much did it produce? Because if it produces more, then we want that one. If it's good and the public likes it, but it doesn't produce a lot, who gives a shit? Kill that thing and put something in its place that's going to be beneficial to our business model and not to the consumer. If you are at all a consumer out there and you've watched the rise and the fall of different industry giants, especially in Illinois, there's been a unbelievably good frame. We could watch this thing happen. It's somebody seems to be doing well for a little bit, and then all of a sudden there's this big fall off, and it is because people were so like. Let me think of some things. Grandpa Bub, Bubba Fett. Blue Dream. They might still have Blue Dream, but it was a good one. Good enough one. These are plants that didn't produce as well as you might want them to, but were massively enjoyed by the public. And they didn't look appealing. You couldn't put just one nug inside of a container. You had to put a bunch of little popcorn nugs, we started to call them. Could you imagine back in the day if we could tell our fucking our dealer, whoever it was, the random fella, hey, you know what?
Meet me in
I
the
don't
morning.
think that the cannabis that you just gave me is worth what it's worth because fuck the weight of it. It's because of the size of it. These aren't big chonky nugs, they're little tiny nugs. So I'm going to need a discount on this. And it seems funny from back in the day, but now people are like, dude, this is only popcorn. This isn't even good. They should sell it to me for less. It's just a really cheap way. And some people's best flour literally goes into popcorn nugs because they don't like how it looks inside of an eighth container. We just want big fat chonky nugs so that it's premium flour, so that people who come in and buy the stuff, they look in the container, they go, wow, that's only one big nug. And there's more appeal to the one big nug than there is to a quality product a lot of times. And John literally just nailed it right there. Revolution is the essential and the number one company that you can look at in some instances of doing unbelievably cool things in putting it into Tales and Travels. One of their best strains, Fruit Stand, they put into a thing called Tales and Travels, which is their low cost brand, whatever, because it doesn't grow as beautifully as the rest of their chonky fucking nugs do. And it's sad. Bigger nugs have more space for problems to hide. I like that.
Well, I struggled through barbed wire, felt the hail fall from above. Well, I struggled through barbed wire.
Chi-Town, they do have, and that's the whole thing. They do a lot of really good small packages. And the difference between their smalls and their bigs is literally very, very small quantities of stems. And even then, it might not even be stemmed issues because a big fat chonky stem is going to weigh more than a bunch of very tiny little things. But yeah, Indiana Bubblegum's a good one. There's another, actually a lot of their strains used to be very good. Some of their stuff has gone downhill. They seem to be people who can't keep it fully consistent. And it's the same, it's like Verano used to be the creme de la creme, right? It was Verano Revolution that really stood out. Grassroots used to be amazing. Now Grassroots is what? What is that stuff? Oh, they're definitely falling off. And it will, I mean, I think we talked about it maybe on Two Dope Dudes, or maybe we talked about it with Cole. I don't remember what it was, but Revolution's struggling pretty bad. I think they got two of their facilities seized where somebody else came in, and now they're trying to sue the companies for using their image and likeness. And it's a wild industry. But I'm going to smoke one if y'all want to join me. I'm going to pack this little sucker up and... But I think, and John, maybe you can appreciate and hear what I'm saying. I think maybe anybody who's been inside of a Illinois cannabis dispensary and who understands the Illinois market, there is no difference in the cannabis experience from store to store. There are places who are carrying certain products that aren't, where other places aren't. But the only difference you're getting in a cannabis experience, period, at a dispensary in Illinois is who you stand across the counter from. It's literally it. And as far as most dispensaries go, and that's what I promise you all, because I've tried to be part of it, that's not something they care about. They've tried to push that off on some of their higher management inside the dispensary itself. So either the general manager, assistant management, whatever it is, they try to go, oh, well, it's your job to train people. But they really want you to train them how to get on the computer, clock in right, make sure that they're requesting time off in the right time frame. There's like a lot of dumbass things that they want you to do that aren't beneficial to the consumer at all. I don't care what time you get into work, just be at fucking work so that I can come buy the shit when I want to be there. Um, but they don't teach them the nuances of methods of ingestion, cannabinoids, terpenoids, symptoms, how to benefit these certain things. And I think that'll be the ultimate test of one of these. And I'm giving away the playbook right now. So anybody who is a dispensary leader or something, hear me out. I promise you this is the way to go. How to do it, you got to hire me to figure it out. But okay, we're good. It's good. Sell. Cheers, my friends. I wish you all the best every day. Happiness, health, love, and abundance, fulfillment. You all deserve it. Let's go backward. It did this yesterday too. It went from 220 to 180. Thanks, Dudley. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. This song is a bop, actually. It's a Spanish dub song that I love. The Big Weed Candy Mountains. Here we go. Oh yeah, we read this the other day, I think. Cannabis compounds may reverse fatty liver disease. Studies suggest. I like that. Yep, CBD and CBG. Yep, we did cover this. I think this is last week. Yeah, and this is why, like right here, dude, just CBD and CBG. This is why I think more cannabinoids are better than just more of one cannabinoid. Oh yeah, not even the most. They want the average. Yeah. Yeah, that's really it. It's some KPI, key performance indicator, dude. As long as you stay within the thresholds or the ranges, it's easier for us to micromanage from a distance. Oh man, I got a little Mandarin Skittles, and yeah, I think if y'all have listened to me talk in the past, this is one of my favorite strains in the world. It just has such a good orangey, garlicky, gassy kind of Unreal.
There are pies and there are tarts. The whole wide world is a piece of cake. There are little green men who bake it in the big weed candy mountain. Weed cookies and candy.
Oh, you know what? I like this. I just saw this next to it. It says Dick Van Dyke credits his longevity to one habit and science supports it. Dick Van Dyke, the legendary American actor and comedian who starred in classics such as Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, turned 100 on December 13th. The beloved actor credits his remarkable longevity to his positive outlook and never getting angry. Have all of you watched? I know a lot of people did. 3.5 million by now. Did you all watch Neil deGrasse Tyson's take on war? When I was listening to that, I was like, whoa, I say a lot of that stuff all the time. How the things that divide us are trivial, and we should be able to use communication and our ability to solve problems to overcome a lot of the things. But the difference is, it's like what do you say at the beginning? Some people disagree so much that they can't even have a conversation to overcome their differences. The only thing they can do is come to fighting about it. And then I think about it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. When I was young and dumb, I used to be angry at a lot more things. And maybe it's because of cannabis use, maybe it's because of getting older, maybe it's because of literally letting all of those things that I feel like make you pick a side and getting rid of them for me personally. Maybe it's all of that that's made me less angry. I don't really get angry. Do I get frustrated sometimes? Yes. Is it unbelievably frustrating to be living in a time where blowing shit up, and by shit, blowing people up, is the only resolve we have, especially in a time where our communication is far easier to get through, especially even like different languages, right? Like, I'm listening to Sapiens now, okay? Just so everybody knows, it's the original book that I talked about from Harari, name Yuval Harari. I can't think of his fucking name, but anyway, I'm listening to Sapiens, and he talks about it too, where we are Homo sapiens. The word Homo means man, according to the genus type, and sapiens means wisdom, the smart, big brains. Okay, that's what we are. But we also live through another time of Homo erectus. There's been, I think, 6 or so different species. Neanderthal, right? Like there's different types of humans. Okay. Homo sapiens is the category that we are currently, but I think they did some studies where like small percentages of people were Neanderthal, and small percentages of people were the people from there was a dwarven society, because back then they were on a land, they were on like an island pretty much that was completely surrounded, so they had nowhere to go, and they didn't have a lot of access to food. So the big people who took too much to fucking feed and shit, they all passed off. Where it just became the smaller and smaller people were able to get enough to sustain themselves, and so there's just so many different types of humans that existed at some point. But now we're all literally Homo sapiens. So, and he says, like, could you imagine what the differences would be and what the wars would look like if there was still different types of humans, right? Neanderthals who just didn't even believe, and Neanderthals had big brains and shit, and they were tool users, and they were agriculturists, and they, but in the whole start of this Sapiens, he's literally saying, well, how did the Homo sapien, the thing that we are now, how did this become the main human lifestyle? And is it because we convinced them all? Did we breed them out? Did we kill them off? And it's still out there for speculation, but there's still a chance that some people in the world carry the DNA of some of these old genus groups. Um, the only reason I'm saying that is because if we were different types of humans, we go, okay, well, you're fighting for a level of supremacy. But we've hit the supreme. We've gone to the thing. If you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I think, listen to that thing, he tells you who said it, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones again. World War III, with the level of explosive power that we have nowadays and the potential for nuclear fallout, it's terrifying. And how do we change from being on a almost inevitable destruction path into a place of acceptance and betterment for all of the sapiens, no matter where you come from, no matter what continent you were born on, no matter what religion you believe in, no matter who you want to have sex with at the end of the night? How do we better all of them? And y'all know that it intrigues me a ton, and I talk about it a lot, but I think AI does a good job of somewhat solving this problem. I'm optimistic in it. I try not to be one of the people who is, absolutely doomsday about it. I don't think that that's beneficial to any of us. And, the more that we perpetuate the doomsday of it, the more that that's what we look into as far as the outcome goes, the better chance that that is what's learned by the neural networks. It goes, okay, it's nothing but fear and terror, and arguably the inability for this cognitive creature to be smart enough to understand that keeping itself alive is the ultimate goal, and then to keep themselves alive, the robots, the AIs, whatever we want, it could just be more beneficial to keep themselves alive, right? And that's like doomsday as can be. And I just don't think that that's it. I think that there's a lot of potential here. And I think that for a lot of us, a few ideas towards this is that AI will make it far more possible for things to happen, okay, for all of us to solve problems on our own, and to be niche enough where we can solve a problem for 500, 1,000, 2,000 people and do well enough in our lives to call it a day. We don't have to have 10,000 people, 100,000 customers, millions and millions of customers to satisfy ourselves, to take care of ourselves, effectively. We might only need 500 or 1,000 or 2,000. And the difference is, to get a company, build one up that has 10,000 employees, or 10,000 customers, may take you, let's say, 10 employees. Okay? Each person can do 1,000 people's worth of maintenance, let's assume. Well, then everything is a level of magnitude. So if we go a level of magnitude down from that, well, if just one of us takes care of 1,000 people, we have a great potential to earn plenty. A 10-person company nowadays servicing 10,000 people can make $5 million, and they have 10 employees. So they're all living very good lives. Everybody's happy, taking care of themselves. So why couldn't we do that? And I think that it's small communities like the one that we have here that is going to eventually, we'll all figure it out. One of these days, one of us is going to go, holy shit, we figured it out, and we'll be able to take care of the rest of us in this group. And I those are the things that I hope for, right? Because in the same way, back in the day of, for a direct example, back in the day of newspaper Okay, there was a lot of people, journalists, making their money off of writing news articles and doing newspaper work, right? Printing and all this stuff. Well, it displaced like 100,000 plus journalists or something. But 10 times that amount now make money from doing things kind of journalistically, writing blog posts, keeping, the online news going, personal social media groups, all of these things that look like what journalism was back in the day is now something that's benefiting the people that are willing to do that level of work. And though you might have learned newspaper journalism, are you good enough to grow with the times? And I think that's what a lot of us will have to do, is figure out how to implement the use of this new tool that is the AI to be able to benefit the rest of us around, right? And I hope that I figure it out so that I can bring a bunch of you along with me, because I'd love nothing more than to work around the people that I love the most and do the thing that fucking is going to feed all of our families and keep all of us happy and content and feel like we're doing something productive for things. Because currently working multiple jobs in jobs that we don't like and we're not trying to actually progress and we're just trying to make the paycheck from, they're very monotonous. They're very slave-like, for lack of better words. There's something that makes you feel entrapped. And, how do we get away from that space? And I'm optimistic, like I said. And maybe it's real easy to fall into the space of, oh, fuck AI. It's going to take all the jobs and it's going to do whatever. No, it's going to displace a lot of people. But some of the people, I'm not mad about it displacing, right? Personally, and I'm sorry if any of you out there that are listening to me right now are one, but lawyers make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to recite fucking court cases from the past, to go on golfing trips with the judges and the other lawyers across the aisle from them, to hold relationships with the other lawyers that they're literally holding cases against, and then to it's literally it's a for-profit business, and it doesn't matter at the cost of what. Somebody's going to lose no matter what. There is no resolution, okay? And in the cases where there's resolution, we're seeing it happen. It's like, well, some famous football player fucking beat the hell out of his girlfriend again, and then he just writes a few $1 million of a check, and now she gets to go away, and everything is perfectly fine. It's not really, right? Is that the resolution? Because let me tell you, personally, I'd rather somebody be caught with 10,000 pounds of cannabis. Who gives a shit about this 1,000 pounds? Who gives a shit about who gives a shit about the 10,000? I'd rather somebody be caught with 500,000 pounds of cannabis than to beat up their fucking girlfriend. So, at the end of the day, where is justice and what does justice mean? And, I don't know. The only thing that I genuinely hope is that fucking we all figure out a way to, if nothing else, allow the people who aren't looking for this massive rat race to satisfy us, live a life that is sustainable and fulfilling. And I think everybody deserves it. I believe everybody who is born, because you never picked to be born, everybody who is born has an equal opportunity to succeed. And what's kind of messed up about it, I listened to a really good conversation. It was Diary of a CEO. You guys maybe have heard me talk about this group before. Diary of a CEO. Let me pull this up and find what one I was listening to. Hold up, wait a minute. Daniel Priestley. It's the last one that he just did. He's been on this show about 7 times or so. I recommend y'all listen to that. I recommend you listen to A Scientist's View of War by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And I recommend that you all listen to AI Will Make Plumbers Earn More Than Lawyers, a 2029 prediction by Daniel Priestley on The Diary of a CEO. And again, it's because of this perspective that he just said. If you listen to it, I promise you, you'll understand. I think it's completely worth the full 2 hours of the listen. Skip through the ads in the middle. I don't know that ads ever really satisfy me at all, but make sure you leave that thumbs up on his videos or on all the videos you watch that you enjoy, because this my thing is, let's perpetuate the good. The things that are communicative and resolving, right? It's something that's trying to benefit all of us and not just an individual. So anyway, I know I rant a lot, and I like to rant. I do love, it's because I really do, I think it's because I love all of you, honestly. And I would love nothing more than to say the rhythm of words that makes one of you become the person who goes, holy shit, I've got this idea. And then we're able to take it to the fucking moon, Alice, right? Because I think all of us deserve it. I think all of us deserve to be part of a group that is beneficial to, and like, it's like Project 21 to a degree, right? But how does Project 21 become a funded experience, right? I don't want it to be funded by a government. So that's my whole thing. Like, how do we come up with a thing that we can sell as a service, you know? And it sucks that you have to sell it, but in a capitalistic state. And this is what I was talking about here too. Capitalism says, we'll let anybody go figure out what they need to learn to make it so that they feel like they can satisfy and sustain life. Where socialism says, we think we know better than you, so we're going to guide you down a path that is what we think you should do. And then there's obviously the dictatorship that says you're going to do what the fuck I tell you to do, or you can get fucked. And of all of them, the free choice one, okay? And I don't care about the negative aspects of any of them, because all of them have negatives. By calling them an ism, they're a problem. But of all of them, for you to make a choice to do what you want to do that's huge. Because in plenty of other places, they're not allowed to make the choices. And whilst we all still have the ability to make a choice, what choice is it that we make that's going to benefit all of us? Whether it's to learn the AI, or whether it's to make the business, or, whatever it is,
You never see.
there is something out there.
If I die in the morning, I'll die saying one thing: the ballot or the bullet.
Yeah, the ballot.
The ballot or the bullet.
But yeah, I've been playing around a lot more with AI, more on the coding side of things, trying to figure it out. I'm not as smart as other people are, but I can speak to the thing for long enough to make it keep going. I don't have enough credits inside of the thing currently to keep doing it, and I don't have necessarily maybe enough funds to always get the credits that I think I might need, or could need, to produce something that's worth a damn, right? But every single one of us has the ability, and I beg all of you to, if you don't know anything about it, Quad Code, Replit. Replit, honestly, is one of my favorites. It's a little bit tougher to maybe understand. I mean, it's pretty straightforward to understand, but you could watch a 2-minute YouTube video to figure out how to make a new folder, and then to start a project inside of a Replit. And what Replit is literally a chat interface that you can say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, but let's go one step at a time. And if you keep asking me questions about what should we resolve, um, you know, that could be theoretically. What did this pop up for? It says, are you ready to publish this song? You've listened to it a lot of times. Man. Ballad or the bullet? Yeah, I'm optimistic. I love a lot of these things. I think all of you should consider it. And what do you do with it? You play with it until all of a sudden the one day you go, wow, I figured it out. Right? Damn it, dude. Damn it. Yeah, you can make a lot of good jokes off of the last statement I just said there, but that's all right. I won't.
Whispers in the wind carry tales of our plight. Hope and courage intertwine, ready for
and Open Claw, arguably maybe Nemo Claw, depending on what level you're doing stuff. Open Claw, if you're very smart about it, I'm super into the idea. Another thing that is able to build AI agents, and what's an AI agent? That's something that can go through and put everything into a more concise, refined. It can build your stuff. It's, you set it and forget it. The thing will go for 24 hours without you ever touching anything. Now you have to feed it enough credits to make the thing keep working, but it can do the work of every receptionist in the world. It can do the work of your HR department, your lawyers, there's so many things that will be disrupted. And like I was telling you, what's this one called again? Daniel Priestley. AI will make plumbers earn more than lawyers. He said, at what point? Because he said it was going to cost me $50,000 to get a lawyer to jump on my case, to go take it to court. All right, it's going to be $50,000. Instead, I typed in my shit into ChatGPT or one of the neural network, one of the large language models, and said, hey, help me get to this resolve. And it literally said, look here, do this, go say this, don't say this. And if you were to use that to represent yourself, you're as in good shape, if not better, because it actually has a timeline of things. And again, I'm not recommending anything. Obviously, you all know that I am only speculative. I'm only trying to, shoot good ideas off of each other. I just want all of us to kind of think a little bit deeper about what the possibilities are. And one of nice. One of the things that I think yeah, I just think we would all benefit by not fighting any. And the only way to not fight, and if you listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it, he says in the scientific world, we may have some people who stand on their beliefs of certain things, because not everything in science is proven yet either. So they stand on their beliefs of things, but they literally sit down with information, with truths, with solvable, provable equations, and go, this is why certain aspects of what we're doing, is what we believe. And even if by the time you're all said and done, you cannot scientifically prove it, nor can the other group scientifically disprove it, then you walk away and go, okay, there's still work for us to do. But, it's just, and it's this thing again, y'all. What's the top exports, right? And then we look at this oils. Every one of these, almost every one of these top things on the top, these are the exports. They all are oil-based something. A lot of these products are made with oil production. And what are we fighting all these wars? No, but I'm not trying to be some fucking, but we're all fucking aware of it now, right? The petrodollar's under attack. And what do we do about it? And the thing, what's happening is the supremacy is going away. The it's not that it's gone because we still have monsters that are very prevalent in the American economy, and everybody goes, "Oh, well, the economy doesn't matter," but it does because everybody else likes the production of the things that people are capable of providing. Uh, yeah. Sean Whitney, what's good, brother? But and I do think like a Project 21, like a thing where all of us accept that we actually are more like the people that we're close to. And I think even a lot of times we associate with people. I literally listen to my friends quite regularly talk about somebody who's close to them, family, friends, loved one, children, whatever, where they're like, "Oh, stupid fuck," I'm like, that's your family, bro. And I get it that we might disagree with said whoever, but at the same time, this is why I preach smoke some, because I think we should all just take a breather. And like, even saying this stuff on repetition, regardless if we mean it or we don't, constantly using that same repetitious attack on other people is just not gonna fucking benefit us in the long run. It's just gonna make people disagree for forever. So, anyway, I'm happy. I really, I was talking to my mom earlier today. And she has a friend who isn't doing super well, has little health issues going on, and she goes, just got to be grateful for what you have, and don't take for granted. And I said, I promise you, of anybody, I'm somebody who is very capable of doing that. I don't take for granted, and I'm very aware of how lucky I am to have the support that I do, to have the life that I do, and it could all be taken away from me tomorrow. If there's any one of you out there who hasn't had that weird scare of like, well, what if all of a sudden tomorrow's the day where they go, wow, you've got a watermelon-sized fucking tumor inside your stomach, and then you're like, holy shit, or something that's so drastic, right? I've watched plenty of people around me deteriorate in a quickness, and one minute it's all good and we go, oh, yep, tomorrow I'll do it. Well, my beg is that today we start getting better at loving the people in our homes, or the people that we would let into our homes. And I beg that we maybe let those people into your homes. You don't need to have people over at your house all the time. It's not what I'm saying, but home is a safe place, right? Because you can move from building to building. That's not necessarily even home necessarily. Wherever you lay your head, as long as it's the safe space, we can call it home. And yeah. I don't think that there's anything that physically or mentally ties you down to these destructive processes. And even if you're pissed off because the job sucks, and you're pissed off because the fucking, the war sucks, and you're pissed off because the water system and the food and the energy and the, the identities and the whatever you're pissed off about, there's got to be a resolve to it. And it doesn't have to be a resolve between anybody else. It has to be a resolve inside yourself. So many people are looking for happiness outside themselves when literally the happiness has been inside you forever. It's not seeking happiness as much as it is knowing happiness. if you know happiness, then what else is it that you need, right? Like, I'm happy. And that's where I sit. Satisfied mind. I hope you're feeling great tonight, too. Yeah, that's what I'm really talking about. I feel great. And I hope everybody else does also. But I think that's why I keep talking about it, too. I know a lot of people who aren't. I know a lot of people who are, they struggle it by day. They talk shit constantly. They're disappointed in the outcomes regularly. And then there's no difference put into it. And I'll tell you, like, I'm not the best at it, right? Like, I can tell you, I can show you just by how I look. If you look at me, you know, look at my waistline for a minute, right? I've put on 35 plus pounds in the last 6 months. I would love nothing more than to take control of my eating habits, okay? But it's linked to other portions of things. There's something to be said about the level of anxiety you feel, the level of depression you feel, the level of, you know, fulfilled by what you're doing. Oh, Mr. Rourke, happy Thursday, brother. You know, it's really honestly, and kudos to you, sir. You're, and this is, this goes for everybody, but I also know Mr. Rourke personally. What an amazing human. What a genuine, good, down-to-earth person who deserves the world. But from my understandings, he's got a good family. He's got good friends. He does one of the greatest, he has one of the greatest hobbies in the world, disc golf, all right? Cannabis consumption, I think, also too, but that's not maybe as a hobby as much as maybe cannabis production, if there's that going on for any of you out there too, you know. But once you realize, holy shit, I really do have everything I want. It's not about what I do, it's who I do it with. It's not the measure of my success monetarily. It's the measure of my success around the people that I hope to be beneficial to. The people that I want to see succeed alongside of me. So how do I keep, you know, canna gardening is a great hobby. That's what I heard. I myself am not a canna gardener, but maybe at some point in my life. I do grow a mean fucking orchid, though. That thing is blooming again. Telling y'all, I got the orchid know-how. Well, and the know-how of it is like, don't do much to it. Water it once every week or two, you know, just every 10 days maybe. It's literally how I take care of this thing, and it has thrived. It's on its like 4th year, 5th year, maybe even more of just making awesome. Oh, the aloe. Those are the two things that I grow, orchids and aloes, dude. I have an aloe and an orchid sitting on a table directly. I'm pointing right there because they're right there. Oh, Mr. Rourke, I'm so, like, in the terms of how to treat a plant, you wouldn't want to treat a human the way that I treat this plant, let me tell you. There's plenty of times where I don't open the blinds for days. There's times where, like I said, I don't feed it for 10 plus days. All I give it is fucking, well, I do feed it the world's finest Chippewa, all right? So maybe this is what it is. It's the Chippewa waters. But I literally don't do anything special. I just put it in there and it just grows. Gare Bear, what's good, dude? Happy Thursday. Oh, hits from the beaker, my man. You know what's crazy, Satisfied Mind? My aloe is now growing other shoots of an aloe out of the soil part of it. It's been one solid structure for a very long time. Now it's starting to grow the little side shoots out the bottom. I'll probably end up repotting it and getting rid of those, and maybe not getting rid of them as much as just planting them in some other pots. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I've been. Those are my two jams: orchids and aloes, and they don't need much. Either one of them. But that's also me. I'm the human equivalent of an orchid or an aloe. At least I hope that I am. I would like to be fed more than every 10 days. And I'd like to go outside more than, you know, more than what I left it. Well, I do leave the window open quite a bit. Anyway, moral of this whole story: easier to take care of. Very chill. Don't need a whole lot of attention. And let me tell you what, overwater it or underwater it, this thing is just kicking butt. The aloe's made out of fucking water. It's more water than we are as humans, I think. Oh, dude, and that's it, satisfied mind. A little benefit for the fam, dude. Show them, hey, look at how good mine grew. Here's its baby. Oh, and I will. Now that you say so, my friends. You know what? I'm gonna benefit. Oh, that is fine. This is the best song that I ever made. I'm surprised it hasn't gone at least aluminum yet, I should be making royalties off this thing. Here, Bear, take that trash out, then come back in here and smoke with me, bro. I'm gonna smoke another one. I was busy talking the last time I tried to smoke something. I didn't smoke a whole lot of it. Where are my scissors at? None of you would know. But little skizzers to clean out the fibers. Wait, how many of my Survivor friends are in here? And of my Survivor friends, are all of you caught up on season 50? Are we watching this or what? I don't need to talk about it. I just want to, all right? Because I know it'll make people like, I didn't come here to listen about Survivor. Well, you don't have to. We won't talk a lot. Oh my God, satisfied mind. It's so good, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I'm not as big on all of the celebrity interjection. It's not my favorite thing going on right now, but oh, I'm telling you, friends, it's cool. I think I'm going to probably apply to be on Survivor. What was that dude a couple of fucking seasons ago where he was like, I just want to bless the fucking millions of people out there. God damn, what was his name? Anyway, Raj? No. Oh, this is a great cat. You know what? Christian Hubicki. Come on now. Christian's tears. That's like one of the funnest guys to watch. I'm hopeful that he takes the whole season down. I don't know if he will, but I think he's on a good... he's in a good spot to make it happen currently. When you're on the tribe that's not maybe doing as... no spoilers, sorry. When you're on the tribe that isn't doing as good, though, you have the potential to sneak in the middle at some point and then kind of own from there. Oh, the Riz God, R-I-Z-G-O-D, baby. Dude, that's so funny. I love all of them. I think that this is one of the best seasons ever. Cheers. As far as the cast goes, there's been some really good ones in the past, but it's almost, there's like some people we're not even seeing anything from, I mean, like, where's Tiff at? Where's D at? Where's... All right, sorry for all the non-Survivor people. Like, you know what? Not sorry. You should watch Survivor. Because what if I'm on it someday? You're going to have to know what I'm up against. I'm trying. I'm going to try. I'm more scared to fly to Fiji than I am to play the game. I'd be fine with just get me out there. Let me be miserable for a couple of days, but damn it, do I want to play that game. Damn, Biz, that's fire. That's so good. Hey, Biz, you remember when I aced today in your face, and now you owe me $25? I didn't know if you remembered that part. Biz, are you still here? Did you leave already? Because... golly. It's a highlight of my day. I do remember you whooping... You didn't whoop me, though. Your partner... Dino fucking took down the whole cake for you. That's it. But... aced in your face, dawg. Oh, Satisfied... literally one of my favorite things. Watching Ozzy and fucking Coach, but honestly fucking what's his name? Fucking you put me on the spot now. Now I'm Colby. Watching Colby play the game that he's been playing is pretty impressive, dude. I'm intrigued. Got him. Yeah, I did, Mr. Rourke. I aced hole 3. Yeah, I don't know. Satisfied Mind. I think I would probably have to eat the thing. I don't like seafood, but I would probably eat it after being there for long enough. And coconut, maybe not my favorite, but I would eat it because I don't want to die. But I think I would be fine with that. I just want to play the damn game. All right, dude, don't talk about the water shot on 15, bro. Settle down. Oh, Satisfied. I always wonder that too. How much is actually happening during this time frame? You know? And during some of the downtime, there's probably some stuff that all of us are like, damn, dude. I don't know how I feel about it, but they gotta be brushing their teeth, right? Your teeth could potentially just get gross inside your mouth, and you know what I mean? Like, they gotta be brushing their teeth. Some people wear contacts and shit. So, like, and they're taking medicine and stuff. So, like, you know that there's some of that intervention, and it doesn't take away from any of the game. Actually, I'm, like, grateful for it. Good. Don't be so unhumane in this process, and I don't think they are. I think it's a very cool thing. Oh, Satisfied Mind, I'm telling you. I would love to be on that show. I'm going to do it and apply now before Jeff's gone. I just want to do it with Jeff. It would be the dude from Australia. I don't know if you've watched any Australian Survivor. The dude from Australia is really good. He sounds like Australian Jeff. It's weird as fuck. But I want to do it before Jeff's gone, you know? Exactly, Mr. Rourke. A little behind the scenes. Show me exactly what's happening. I mean, it's a damn good question. I don't know. I think he loves the game as much as all of us do. I genuinely believe that. And you can see it on him when he's talking at Tribal, right? Or when he's... I do think that the rapping Jeff was one of the greatest things to happen. Rapping Jeff, hilarious. Singing Jeff, singing fucking Zach Brown, hilarious, dude. Unbelievably cool. But I don't know if he'll quit or not. I think at some point he's got to go, you know what? I'd rather just chill. I'd rather just be at home, not gone from my wife multiple times a year and shit, you know? I think so, Satisfied. I think he struggles to get out there and run the courses and shit a little bit more at some point, and that's when he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna beat the hell out of myself to do this anymore. Hell yeah, Gare Bear. What do you need the stuff on your wrist for? A little too much. You know what I mean? Hurts from all. Hurts from. JK, dude, you better be throwing them discs. That better be why it hurts. Golly. Yeah, I do love this flower. Here's to all of you again.
You can take me hot to go.
Yeah. What else is going on in all of our lives that your wrist swells up? Golly. Sorry to hear it. It's from backhand and biz, all them amounts, dude. You know what I mean? You gotta follow through completely, or maybe start open palming this direction instead of backhanding like a pimp always. You know. Thanks, Shy Town. Hope work is going well.
Now you're puffing on my harvest like it's yours by right. Don't you want my dank weed?
Oh, it's a good song, man.
Now, baby, don't you want my dank weed? Don't you wanna float now, maybe? You were coughing from the rip, now you're begging for another hit. Oh, don't you want my dank weed? It's the loudest in the city. Don't you want my dank weed? Got you feeling
And you're backyard of me. Yeah, dude, I feel you. I feel you, bro. Oh, nice. Chi-Town, you watched some Diary of CEO also. I like that. I just saw your thing. Weeping Angel, what is up, my friend? Oh, that's so cool. Chi-Town, you're the fucking man. I really appreciate you, honestly. Oh, y'all remember last week? George came in here and was promising some pasticho. Friends, Tuesday, I went and got them. Oh my god. This man went so hard. It was literally, and look, don't tell my grandmother, okay? And also don't tell George, because then, well, I mean, you can tell him. Honestly, I told him too, but we can't say this specific thing. It's as good as my grandma used to make, okay? Now, my grandma might punch me for saying something like that. It honestly was my favorite procedure of my life. But George fucking fired down, and I just had some of it again tonight. I don't eat leftovers of anything. This one? Shit. I wish I had leftovers for life, you know? But there's good, you know, man. Care Bear. I know about that. Yep. They've been putting all the weed songs on this stream right here tonight. Kind of like that.
They flagged my clip from 2 months ago, where I mentioned him. Yeah, super low
Um, anywho, I yeah, I don't know if all of you were here. You know, I just looked over. Look at this is what happened here. An army reservist owns a cannabis dispensary. May end his career. This is a military thing. Kind of sucks. Um, but I also too I come to show you that Biz, you wanted to see all of my bookmarks here, just so that you know. Stream roll. This is for dice. I can put some dice over the top of us here. Let me see if I got this somewhere. Where's it at? I don't know. Is it on? It's gotta be on the Switch, maybe. No. Right? Maybe. Uh, it is here. Dude, I sure do not know where the fuck it went. Oh, maybe Mini-Me. Gotta be it. Oh, there it is. Dice board. Here it is. This has gotta work. Where's the dice at? See if we can find this. Did it work? Oh, no, it's broken. Wait. No, it's broken. Alright, well. Anywho, moral of the story. I have I don't have anything that you'd be excited about. A lot of AI stuff over here. I've been really messing around with Perplexity lately. Y'all mess around with this thing? I have a pro subscription to it. I was free from PayPal. 1 year free if you use PayPal, something like that. And they've got some really good chatbots here that you can use. And they just added Nemotron. So those who don't know, Nemotron, NVIDIA's AI, pretty much. Anyway, yeah, this is a lot of AI stuff. Even here, I don't think there's anything. You could look through the whole entire list. Illinois strain list cover, Verano strain list, May 2023. Yeah, well, you're never gonna see either one of them, because I don't like viruses, dude. You know what I mean? So pretty much, be a fucking grown up and figure out your life, dude. Okay? Jeez Louise. A lot of GitHub. Oh, text effects? Dude. Hey, y'all got me wanting to play with fucking stuff. Here, watch this. Text effects. Oh no, this is holy shit. Alright. So text effects is really cool. This was made, I think this was made by like T-Pain or something. If anybody needs an assistance with rapping and stuff, this is similes explode, which break a word into similar sounding phrases. Unexpected, chain, alteration, acronyms. Find intersections between two things, a scene, unfold. Okay, just different ways to type in some text or some keywords and get it to kind of help you through it. This isn't not what I was looking for, though. I honestly was looking for a... Pointed at you. Ask Garrett, no. Man. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. It's really making me kind of. I gotta find it. I know that this is super off. The hell is it called? Space type. Damn it. Not see it there. Leave this. Space type generator. Are y'all even ready for this? Look at this. You can type whatever you want in there. Like, watch. Is a big duty head. You see how it like goes in a circle? Is a big duty head. I gotta put a space at the end of it to, and then look at that. Now what you can do, you can make it go faster. All right. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I remember what it is. Look at that. You can change some aspects of it. Hold up. Oh, simple. Here we go. Look at that. A little bit of some of that wave, that jellyfish, bruh. Oh, it looks like a crown now. All right, can we just go back to black? Let's go to right here. Okay. All right. Anyway, ridiculous. Oh, you know what? Look at that. Space type generator V stripes. Here we go. Watch. There you go. Look at that. It just, you can make any text, and then, this is stacks on stacks, which is facts on facts about Biz. Oh, the crash clock, though. This is a lot of fun to fuck with. So if you hit the reset, look at it all goes back, and it's a clock with some numbers inside of it. Can we badge? Oh, look at this. Wow. Anyway. I really did want... There's one part of this that I'm looking for that I don't know how to get to. Maybe it is crash clock. Let's see what type. Nah. 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 Oh, you can change it. Gravity angle. Now look, now it all wants to go up. Play with text. All right. This is what I do with my spare time sometimes. I go back and, mess around. Go now. Start over. It's not working. What I wanted to do, I can't even explain what I wanted to do. I'm not good at it.
Can't take much more. Here we go now. 1, nothing wrong with me. 2, nothing wrong with me. 3, nothing wrong with me. 4, nothing wrong with me. 1, something's got to give. 2, something's got to give. 3, something's got to give now. Let the
I know what I just did. Oh, jeez.
Let the bodies hit the floor. 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 Push me again. This is the end. Here we go, here we go, here we go now.
Alright. Y'all see what I did? I'm over here trying to find the damn thing that I'm talking about, but it's not working. I wanted to say it was like pop clock or something, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, the internet's neat. Sometimes you can have some fun playing around with it. Don't take things so literally, man. Ooh. Ooh, Little Mermaid also. That's crazy. Just can't believe I don't have this thing. It's trying to make me angry. All right. Well, wasted plenty of y'all's time trying to figure out my life over here. What else is going on out there? Does anybody have anything great that they would like to talk about? Anything pressing going on? I know there's a lot going on. Trust me, I talked to a lot of you outside of the place. Nothing that, maybe we haven't talked about already, but hmm.
Y'all can have your spoons
Ooh,
and banjos.
a good biz
I
song
be
right here.
using this lighter and these love handles. Y'all can have your spoons and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles. Y'all can have your spoons and
I
banjos.
feel like I should just get on one of these things one of these days. I should just get on Perplexity and play with it. I just don't know how much sensitive information comes up whilst on Perplexity, fucking trying to build something. And we could honestly build shit together, but one of our good friends built out who my brain just went full-blown brain fart here. Satisfied, is it you who built the app? No, is it Seed Locker? Who is it? Somebody help me out here. Yeah, Seed Locker. Daily homegrown. That's right. It's daily. Okay. Okay. Gary, I think talking to you about YouTube stuff. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let me know whenever, dude. We can chat whenever. And Gary, do you have my phone number, right?
Y'all can have your spoons and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles. Y'all can have your spoons and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles.
Gary. Sorry. Looking right.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, Gary.
Can have your spoons
Yeah, I got your number here.
and banjos. I be using this lighter and these love handles.
Gary, your phone number ends in 9885. That's me asking you a question. I said that like a statement, but I meant it as a question. If it does, I'll just shoot you a message. You can text me anytime. I'm far quicker to respond to text, but there's sometimes it takes me a while to do that. I'm bad with the phone. I spend a lot of time trying not to pay attention to my phone. And then I also spend a lot of time paying attention to my phone, too. Like a love-hate relationship, actually. Oh my god. Dashing. You ever try to trim a few? And then now they're all just like, hello, up in my nose, you know? All right,
Like
good.
you,
Well,
I can have you. Y'all can
all right, Gare. I just sent you a message. So, fuck yeah, satisfied. Good for you. I know some people that have had some unbelievable success with it. Do you have an intestinal issue going on? Is that okay for me to ask? Oh, you got a house phone? Oh, well, fuck me, Gare. And I'll just call you. Shoot me a message on like Monday or Tuesday on Messenger, and I'll just call you. What does it do if you send a text message to a home phone? That feels wild, right? I don't even know. Does anybody out there know? I guess that's really my question. Yeah, satisfied mind. I think it's a good play. Obviously, and I don't know what your diet's like. A lot of my friends who have intestinal issues fight the diet side of it too, constantly. Um, but and the answer is kind of weird in that regard. I don't know what the truth of anything is anymore. There's so much contradictory information out there. I think the only one thing that we can all agree on is that excessive amounts of fake sugars and like seed nut oils and just excess salts and shit like probably aren't the best necessarily. Whoa, Guapo, what's good, dude? That's kind of cool. Wow, Chi-Town, that could be cool too. Start to take over. Damn it. Dude, stop texting fucking landlines, ganja. The hell? Oh, nice. Hell yeah, satisfied. Oh, well, and yeah. I hope, honestly, too. I don't know what you have access to or not, but I think adding some CBD into that cocktail could be really good. And if you have any access to CBG as well, it might be worthwhile to, stir that up in there too. But there you go. Got some CBG genetics growing now. Dude, satisfied. That is the coolest thing. That makes me so pumped. And I'm glad that there are people out there doing it. I've been telling a lot of people that I hope that's what the future of this thing is for home grow. Try to find something that isn't just THC dominant. Do some CBD stuff, do some CBG. If you can find anything with excess levels of THCV, that's really cool. Like, oh my god, I just said that the time delay made that perfect, dude. I'm sure. Holy cow. Look at that. Are you satisfied? You get it.
I'm a smoker, and it's all just love
He said, boom! Yep. That is one of those great mind moments there. That was really cool. Yeah. Yeah. And I talked about it and then saw that message come in 5 seconds later. So I'm like, this has got to be perfectly timed up. You know, little chooch here, little chooch there, little chooch everywhere, where.
You look so amazing in that sundress. Wonder what you look
Like when you're undressed, I can see the future in your eyes.
You know I would never tell you lies. I just wanna see you smile. So stick around a while, baby.
Oh, dude, dude, Ganj. There's nothing that makes me happier than that man showing the fuck up in his American flag get up and fucking testifying in front of the fucking court on the dumbass cops that fucking, you know, dude, are there kidnapping victims in my suit coat pocket? All right, let's be serious here. You know, those few songs that he made last year were 11. No way. Yes. Biz, I swear to God, I was like, man, I've seen this somewhere recently, and I literally was trying so hard, but I knew it was like an electronic version of it. Thank you for just saying that, because you literally just solved the fucking loop in my head. I was like, dude, I've seen this fucking get up somewhere. That is the funniest shit in the whole world. Oh, man. And it's funny because your character kind of looks like his same body type of shit, too, dude. Oh. Yep. Afro Man's the man for that. But what was that damn song he made? I gotta look it up really quick. Oh, the Lemon Pound Cake. Yeah. Did y'all remember the Lemon Pound Cake? That shit was... Yeah. You know what? Now that you're talking, let me see if there's anything else in here that's been super intriguing to talk about. Oh. Look at that. There you go. Get a free EDU email. 2 dope dudes. Fucking rapper Afro Man. Don't get an LLC. Calculus slowly for sleep. I don't know if you guys ever want to know calculus right before you go to bed. You just put this on. You know what I'm into? Wow shit. Who knows? Look him up, Lisa. That's a... Oh, God. Dude, Care Bear. God damn. Give him a little slop on my knob, like corn on the cob. Check it with me, and do your job. Fucking up my wrist, so I take some hemp, put it on that thing. Big ding-a-ling. Alright, Biz. Oh, Nemo Claw. Dude. Man, I watch a lot of fucking YouTube videos, friends. Holy shit. Oh. Y'all listen to Professor Zhang? I love this, dude. Professor Jang. For those who need to see, it's this guy here next to Pierce Morgan. Oh, Professor Zhang. What a hero. Oh, so is that kid that's right there. Fucking Keith D. I like Keith D a lot. Someone mumbled more like come lines right there in that sacred space. The Kinder blesses sticky hands with this bag of holding D, produced a rusty doorknob, while the rest of us just weep our mangy cackle fingers twitching, ready to unleash a fireball so magnificent it turned the foes of Greece. We battled trolls and shadows grim through caverns dark and cold. Each monster slain, each treasure won, a story to be told. You know what I watched the other day? Let me see if I can get down here and show you all this. This was one of, honestly, it was a damn good. See, like, the thing is, I can't pick a side in a war, right? Because I don't know any place else except for the place that I live in. And don't get me wrong, I've traveled around America a bit. I've been in Canada a time or two, but besides that, I keep my happy ass pretty here. So, like, to judge somebody else's whatever, I just can't do it. But I did watch Arab is his name. Arab. Hold on, let me find this damn thing. I've seen like 4 of his videos come up, but he went to India, and man, it's so wild to see. Oh, here it is. Inside Tehran. There you go. This is it. Inside Tehran. Arab. Dude, this guy, A-R-A-B, he just kind of does a thing, and this is a month ago. This is not like a year or two ago before all the conflict. This is a month ago when they were on a blackout because of, or the internet was on a blackout because of war type shit. And I also watched Kill Tony. Not a lot of it. I don't get. Check my text. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. You should have been able to fucking. You should send this to him directly. But I've been this before you.
Don't you know the power of the dollar, the almighty dollar? If you don't, then just give me a holler. Better yet, don't bother. It takes an evil man to scheme an evil plan. Takes everything that you save within your hand. Hand, he'll mosey on over, put his hand upon your shoulder, tell you everything's alright, till your pocket feels like.
Dr. Dank Nugs, here I am in the flesh. How are you, brother? Yeah, but there you go. That's it. Is there anything else exciting going on in the news world right now? It feels like a lot of more doom and gloom out there than... You know what I watched too, currently? Fallout. I know Biz, I know you watched it, but I started just watching Fallout. Well, I'm through the first season of it. I literally, just before coming on here and talking to y'all tonight, I watched the first episode of the second season. Interesting. Bang. I don't watch a lot of TV, so when I do, I try my best to, like, see if anybody else does. You know, there's a way to take interesting perspective from everything that you consume, no matter what it is. But that thing there, I mean, because about nuclear fallout, right? So wild. I do watch another guy. It's this guy. Let me see if I can find a. Where in the hell? Anyway, I watch a nuclear physicist talk about how people are not right. Oh, there he is. There he is. Right here. See this little guy? He's fun. That's Nate Sexton. He's fun too. Oh, and Pop will be missed also. I don't know if you guys are Bob Does Sports fans. But you know, just I'm letting you into an insight of what I'm about. My algorithm, okay? You guys can know my algorithm. There's nothing bad there. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of trying to get smarter every day type stuff. Happy Garrett. What? It's a 11:15. But happy 11:11, Garrett Bear. We missed it by a few minutes, but yep. I mean, what else to do? Tell you what, I didn't come in very. There wasn't a lot that I wanted to. There wasn't a lot that I wanted to like necessarily uh talk an excessive amount about. I talk an excessive amount about a lot of stuff. Hold up. I sometimes take notes. Oh, I need to talk to. Oh, man. I'm glad y'all just made me do that. I took down some information here about. There's a. There's a parent who has a nonverbal kid that I talk to quite regularly. Um, she pretty much won't give her kid any cannabis without me kind of doing math about it at least, which is great. But it's like a consultative process, and they're in a phase now where going through growth and puberty and all that stuff is causing some changes, and we need to tweak some stuff in the cannabis realm of things. Maybe even increase a little bit of some THC to help alleviate some of the mood swings and the things. So yeah, I'm glad you all just thanks to everybody, because it allowed me to talk about it too, which this is kind of why I do the whole thing. I know I say it a lot, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. The thing that I think I have to offer, it is this medical perspective on things. And it's not because I'm trying to be the guy who cures anything, or I don't want to be awarded anything. I don't care at all. What I care about is there are people who genuinely benefit from the use of cannabis. And I think I have a unique perspective on it. Unique in the way that, like, I don't fall for all of the gimmicks of the thing. There are some very important aspects of that plant that you would consume, regardless if it's fully plant material or not, whether you have an extract or an edible or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Or if you don't even consume it, but you use it topically. There's plenty of aspects of this plant that are genuinely beneficial to many folk. And I keep saying it over and over again because there are so many people who don't have access to it. And like I was showing earlier, the problem is that we have John Hopkins, who is the most funded group doing all of the research, and John Hopkins has spent the most money spent the most money on doing those types of research for the last 44 years, and for the last 45 years cannabis has been not recognized to be beneficial for anxiety and depression and different psychological diseases. And that's not me just saying, that's from literally all of these news articles. There you go, John Hopkins University. That's what we were talking about. And then nearly 1,000 pounds. It's funny as hell. Then we come down here and we looked at John Hopkins and it said, oh, no, it's not this one. Here you go. It's up here. Watch. Bet. For the last 45 years, includes there's been little to no high quality evidence showing this is effective. But John Hopkins, for the last 45 years, for the last 44 years, whatever the hell it is, has been the #1 leading group doing this research. And we find out that their $2 billion that they get funded is mostly government given. Now, then we come over here and we look at the government's, look at one of our biggest exports from America, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is pharmaceuticals. And they have a $2 billion funding. Where is that coming from? Of the governmental budget, of the things that the government is taking money for, of all the taxes and all the shit, why would it be so important for them to put articles out against cannabis use? Well, we can see right here. It makes perfectly logical sense. And then, again, we're talking about why war, but then we got all the oils here. And then what was the other one? What are the top 10 American industries? Look at this. Health and medical insurance. Oh, no shit. You mean to tell me the $1.5 trillion fucking business wouldn't be affected by the use of cannabis for most people for symptom alleviation, which is purely what this thing is for? Hospitals, number 2. Number 5, drug, cosmetics, and toiletry wholesaling. Number 6, pharmaceuticals. So, literally, 4 of the top 6 American industries are healthcare. And cannabis would be... Oh, we got to turn this off. It's fine, but I don't want a lot for Christmas song is... Oh, this could be the John thing. It could have been, but it's not. Yeah. A key industry driven by innovation and global demand. But the pharmacopoeia for the longest time, up until the 40s in America, and for far longer in plenty other lands, like we see it in China for 3,000 plus years, right? It might even be 5,000 plus years. I think it's 3,000 BC and shit. So anyway, I do genuinely believe that the way that we take our health back into our own hands is to actually do it in some capacity. And just like, well, did we see, is he still here? Dick Van Dyke, right here. Credits his longevity to one habit. What is the one habit? His remarkable longevity to his positive outlook and never getting angry. You know what helps you stay positive and not get angry? Smoke a little something, chill the fuck out. So, even then, this is just a direct hit at all of these 4 out of the top 6 industries, right? I didn't know how much money schools got until recently. Dude, it looks like the prison project, okay? It looks like the same way prisons make money, where it's based off of each prisoner that they bring in. They get $30,000 per inmate or $45,000 per inmate. The average student is having $30,000 worth of funding put towards them. Now listen, I dig it, y'all. I don't really care. Give all the money towards the children so that we actually make them into productive, fulfilled members of society. But, oh, you know, 30 plus $1,000 per student in a public schooling system. And there's 1,000 plus students in some of these things. The high school I went to was 40,000 or 40,000 was like 4,000 plus students. We're talking about 120 million, 200 and some $1 million, right? Depending on what amount of funding you're dealing with, but hundreds of millions of dollars worth of operational cost. And did we freeze up? We came back. Guess who back? Back again. I came back. Talking about? Well, they heard me talking about the school system. They were like, oh, we better check on this. Find out what's going on here. But yeah, fast food restaurants. See this? Number 9. One of the number 9 stimulators of our economy. It is fast food restaurants. Oh, it's lagging again. Dude, it's because I talked about the... Now they're coming after me. Oh no, it's... Did y'all hit the like button? I don't even know why it matters, but I'm just saying. If you didn't, you should. I'm not trying to beg for anything, but, maybe someday if we hit enough likes, then all of a sudden they're going to say, you know what? Let's push this positivity out there to the world. More people like positivity. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But it's bad. Okay, hold up. Says error. Uh-oh, friends. Where the hell? Let me see. Let me put this little mouse over here. I can see it if it comes up or not. Okay, we're good. So far, hey, listen, if it starts acting weird, just know that there is an error on my side of things. Look, I'll show you all. This is what I see. All right, I keep the little chat open in this view right here, and there is, as you see, an error. What? We back.
They say be proud, but not too loud. Hide your truth inside the crowd. Labels made to sell control. Divide the spirit from the soul. But I don't need no doctrines chain. No politician.
Well,
Love's not a team, you gotta choose.
hold up.
Something real you cannot lose. So I burn one for love, not to run away.
Run a speed test. Oh, look at them download speeds. They're going well. Oh, look at them upload speeds. Whoa. I don't know why we're having any problems there. That's some... For not being on fiber, bro? The fuck? I'm glad they cranked up my upload speeds, though. It's kind of nice of them.
You see a flag, I see a face. You talk war, I dream of grace. You watch the score, I feel the beat drumming from hearts on every street. We all just search into
Oh, satisfied mind. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for being here. You're the man. I don't know how much longer I'll be around either. I feel like I've run out of stuff to talk about. I know that there is stuff I would love to talk about, but it's the same stuff. I did do some conversating back and forth with some AI stuff, and I kind of like the concepts of things. It's mostly just me trying to come up with exercises to promote peace and love and send out all the positive vibes and shit. Talk about some of the reasons why peace isn't a reality and some of the long drawn out debates that have gone on forever, and it's really a power struggle when you look at it in some capacity. But then it boils down to, well, I just don't agree with the things that you agree with. And if it's, again, the things that I talk about all the time, religious or fucking, nationalist or, uh, you know, skin colors or fucking trivial parts of our human existence. Um, I think we're doing worse than we're doing better for those things. And I would love nothing more than to be able to spread that peace and love. And but I would love to do it through the cannabis thing. I've tried very hard to put together a comprehensive cannabis guide so that everybody could just find it on their own. Maybe even outside of me constantly like begging for people to understand and hear it. And I don't think that a lot of you need to hear it constantly. So I'm trying my hardest to be cognizant of that. And I would almost rather talk about the peace shit because it genuinely, it's something that I wish we could all figure out. And I think, like I said, there's this part of my thought process, and it's from that that conversation with Daniel Priestley. AI will make plumbers earn more than lawyers. A Diary of a CEO. I recommend you all go listen to. But he says, I think the thing is you would love nothing more than to solve it for everybody. Right? Like if you could figure out the how to crack the equation and help everybody, where there's the other end of that. It's the opposite. And it's the difference between, again, so I think that's a very socialistic perspective. I think I should know better and I should be able to tell everybody how to do it, compared to a capitalistic mindset where it is, listen, I'll produce the thing and send it out there and hope that people find it on their own. Which is what, I think by doing this, I try to achieve, where it's not like, I don't want to tell anybody how to do anything. I don't really care. I would love to help people do the thing because they don't understand it, or I'd love to guide people to the thing because they don't know that what its benefits could be, or they're intimidated by the potential, maybe harms, even because they've been preached harm for such a long time. But I would love nothing more than to allow people to pick this up on their own and run with it. And this is why I talk to all of you too about like the AI thing. Like, one of us has got to figure it out. How cool is Daily Homegrown coming up with an application for, and he's a coder, so he has a better understanding for what's going on, but for this seed locker, this kind of private seed locker where what would be that thing, that level of communication or something that we could all put together to make it so that, the people who would be benefited have it once they're ready to find it, But I'll keep talking about it, and I'll keep asking for all of your help because, again, I think all of you are some of the most. I was talking to my buddy George the other day when I was at his house, and he said, I really do actually enjoy sitting there and listening to you talk. I said, really? Because he's a friend of mine, right? And I think it could be true for a lot of everybody, but I said, do you understand what's weird to me is the amount of badasses that are actually in this chat right here. There's so many fucking awesome people from so many different walks who have so many different experiences. And I think that they're like way more badass than what I am. And it's not that I'm trying to compare or contrast. It's just that I'm like, some of you are so cool that I'm like, why in the fuck would they listen to me talk? I would rather listen to all of you talk forever. Right. But I also am okay with bringing together the community and getting to the point where everybody here has a platform to make the conversation happen on whatever level it is. But I think that we're very into problem solving and resolution. I think that we're a very progress based group and not a group that sits and dwells in all this negative shit. And there are some times where people who are far more upset and are going through far more, or they're just negative Nancy's that come through here, and they're more than welcome here too, because I hope to convert them to the space where the rest of you are, of just being a bunch of fucking badasses. But you know, yeah, I'm unbelievably grateful for how cool all of the people that come into this space are. And like I said, I want to platform everybody, and I hope that somebody at some point, if it's, I hope one of y'all makes it, honestly. I hope one of y'all figures the shit out and you're like, you know what? We actually did like you and we would like to bring you along, you know? You can clean our toilets for us or whatever. I don't really care. Just let me make a survivable living. And I do really care. I don't necessarily want to clean toilets, but it's not below me. You got to clean the toilet, you know? But I don't like being around dirty toilet people. You know what I mean? Dudes, if you lift up that seat and you go, you got to wipe off everything. Every time. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. If you lift the seat, you're standing there, you gotta wipe everything. Fuck, what the fuck? See, I can't. I'm also kind of a slight germaphobe. I'm just saying. Anyway. And Mr. Rourke, you're not lying. The seed locker is really cool. And what he's doing there, I actually unbelievably respect. He's actually doing a great job of data aggregation. So be it that people want the data to be public, right? Like there's a security aspect of it, but there's a data aggregation portion of it too. That once you have that data, you can really make impacts in some executions, right? Like if you know what everybody's growing well and seems to be doing well for everybody, there seems to be some, you can kind of guide with a little more clarity and with a little more hardcore evidence. Where for me, when I'm trying to guide with cannabis, I'm going, okay, take my word for it. It's anecdotal. It's all anecdotal evidence. It's from me sitting in front of people who have used and continue to use this thing as a personal benefit. And I want to tell their stories. I want to platform everybody. I would love nothing more than to get, every medical patient that I ever saw in the past to come in here and tell their story, because they deserve to have their stories heard. Or I want to say for medical purposes, right? But I try to gingerly speak this. For personal purposes, where everybody, again, take your health into your hands. Once you hear the rhythm of words that makes you feel comfortable, and once you see somebody that you can empathize with and correlate your experiences with, you go, okay, fine, they've made it easier for me. And that's why I said, like, I'd love to have all those people, but you know what, Gare Bear? One more. I'm gonna do it off the vape pen though. Little vape pen action, because don't have any more flour in there. Cheers to you, my friends. Thank you all again for always being so fucking cool. And honestly, like I said, I'm as grateful as anybody in the world. I'm unbelievably blessed, and I feel happy It's not something that I seek. It's something that I know. And the happiness I know does really stem from my connections. And this group here, all of you on Thursday nights, being so fucking consistent and loyal and responsive to all of this, it means far more than you understand. We don't have to build, this is my thing. I don't need a million people to listen to me. It's not ever been my intentions. I don't need a big thing. What I would like to do is help all the people that want to be helped, especially with this plant. It's something that I think I have a perspective on that is, again, listening to some other people explain cannabis to people, I just feel like I've got a little better ability to explain. So hopefully I'm able to do so. Hopefully I'm able to anecdotally push my evidence out towards everybody who might want to find it.
People are people. None of it's intentional. Never attribute to malice what you can contribute to.
Air Bear, you getting out of here? I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Sean Whitney, also love you too, man. I'm again blessed and fortunate, and it's again, all of you have something to do with that. And I can't thank any one of you individually enough. And again, if I can ever be there for anybody, I beg you all to never hesitate. And to my Kentucky fam down there too, Anita, Lucy, Gare Bear, I fucking love y'all. I wish y'all the best. One more time, cheers. Put it in the air. Y'all are the best. For peacekeeping, for Project 21, for the spread of peace, love, happiness, health, love, wealth. Peace, love, and understanding. Let me tell you what. Well, my friends, on that note, hope you strike peace when you seek it. Hope you find love when you... Wait. Give me a second. That cannabis just hit. I gotta remember the words. I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it. And I hope you can cope when you feel it. I got to thank my old friend Nick for that. I miss Nick. I hope he's doing well too. What a hero. Last beaker rip. Thanks, Gare Bear. Cheers to all of you. Dudley Dawson. Later to you. Let me go here. To all of my friends who came in tonight, Dudley Dawson, Gare Bear, Ganja Toker, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Satisfied Mind, Mr. Rourke, John Voight, Frank LaBarbara, Biz, Sean Whitney, Dr. Dank Nugs, and the Guapo. I appreciate y'all very much. I can't tell you how much I am, again, grateful for each one of you. If you ever need anything, please feel free to find me. Don't forget.
Avocado, 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 potato, 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 potato.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Disgusting. Donuts. My friends, I love y'all. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Hasta la vista, Dr. Danknugs. You're the man. Again, I miss y'all already. That ain't no good, man. Look, one more time.
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
Donuts. Change out that for some donuts. And donuts they're not even that good, but they are really good. You know what I mean? So in the world of lesser evils, pick donuts. All right. Love you all. I will see you next week on Thursday. Enjoy your weekend and the rest of your evening. Stay lit, stay sexy, and stay awesome. Gary couldn't have said it better myself. You know what I do? Watch, check this out. I did. Hold on. Is this it? Oh, I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it. I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peacekeepers. Peace out. And that's really it. When in doubt, Pick donuts out, okay? That's it. You guys get it. I'll see y'all soon. Stay out of trouble out there. Love you, my friends. Peace.